Well, it's time for to start another thrilling week with 42nd Street Pete's Grindhouse. And of course, things here do not fucking end well sometimes. Um, Continuing dog saga was Thursday night. I had let them out, and as they came in, Blanca was wagging her tail and whacked her tail on the door jamb, causing the cyst on her tail to explode, and another session down at the vet's. Right now, it's under control. The woman who I was speaking with, because I keep getting different lady vets all the time, and believe me, they treat me right down there. They really do. Avon Lake Animal Clinic. If you're in the area, you ever need a good vet, Avon Lake Animal Clinic. Seems that Blanca, being that she has part golden retriever in her, she's prone to these cysts. The vet told me that she has 6 dogs, and one of them has a similar problem, and she advised me just to leave them alone unless they become troublesome. So if in 10 days this thing hasn't straightened itself out where it's manageable, hate to say it, she's going to have to lose her tail. Not something I want to do, but I'm being realistic here that you can't just clip the cyst off. It was explained to me because there's not enough skin to cover up, the wound. Plus, further up, she has problems too with something growing. So it's a fucked up situation. I'm doing my best to keep a lid on it, but it's not a lot of fucking fun. And let's put it this way, it won't be the first time I had to skip a meal to take care of an animal, and it's no big fucking deal, and I don't really care. So that's that. But anyway, this will be April 15th, tax day, and a day when somebody's going before a judge. But okay, fuck that. I really don't get involved in current films. So we're talking, this is the year 2024. I found something really interesting from 2015. Only for the fact that Kino Lorber was having their March Madness sale. I needed something to come up with $50. And I was interested in this film called The Frontier. Who directed The Frontier anyway? This is some weird fucking thing. I was playing around here. Oh God, Oren Shai, I think that was the director's name. Anyway, this film is called The Frontier, and it basically is one of those weird 30s, 40s, and 50s collection of like pulp fiction type stuff, a detective, cops, whatever, robberies. It all intertwines together because this girl, Lainey, played by Jocelyn Donahue, pulls into this dusty lot in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's a desert, and there's this beat-up cafe/hotel called The Frontier, run by Luann, played by Kelly Lynch. And it becomes obvious that Lainey has suffered some kind of abuse. And people come in and out. There's some strange people hanging around there. There's a guy named Lee, who is Jim Beaver, who is always dressed in a suit and is sort of menacing. There's a couple, Gloria and Flynn, who are sort of ritzy and do some drugs. And there's a younger guy named Eddie. Lainey is offered a job by Luann, and Lee is not too happy about this, but she finds some newspapers and accounts of certain things where there was an armored car robbery where the guards were killed. The local deputy sheriff pulls in, who seems to be pretty much of a scumbag, and basically helps her fix her tire. But when she refuses to meet him later for dinner, he gives her a flat. So she's sort of stuck there. But then she's going into these people's rooms and finding more evidence of things going on, and she wants a piece. Originally, she wants $2,000 just to get out. Well, winds up that everyone involved in this sleazy little hotel was involved in this armored car robbery. And basically what they're doing is they're waiting for the money to be washed because the bills were marked, and the money to be dropped off so they can do the split and take off. Well, of course, there's double crosses and triple crosses, and nothing seems to be what it actually is. But it winds up that our protagonist, Lainey, had been abused by a very wealthy man and wound up killing him. And the law is on her tail. So she needs some money to get away. So she basically drugs all the participants of the heist except for one guy who basically gets the upper hand on her and takes off with the money. And then there's a chase to find him, the money, and see what happens. So that's as far as I'm going to go. Anything with Jim Beaver, and it's always interesting. He's always an interesting character actor who plays some quirky roles. Jocelyn Donahue was pretty good. I don't know what else she's done. I got to look it up. But she was pretty good in this role as basically someone at the end of their rope. I mean, everybody in it's really good, and it's almost like a film noir type thing, but it has that pulp feel to it. And usually I don't buy into this shit, but honestly, I'm going to keep this one because it's pretty good. So it's definitely worth checking out. The Frontier from 2015. If you can sneak in on the Kino Lorber sale is going on till April 22nd, I believe. The March Madness sale. And they got a lot of shit there. So, I think this was on the cheap for some reason. I think it was under $10, but it's definitely worth the look. If you got free streaming in to find it, definitely worth the look. But like I said, I was kind of impressed by it. And it takes a lot to impress me lately. So it's definitely worth the look. So that's our show for today. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for tuning in. Hope we get through the week without World War III because shit's happening. And I really shouldn't address it here, but hey, fuck it. Everything's fucked up. So, you know something? It's that type of thing where we should reach out and embrace what we have because I don't want to sound like a fucking, Johnny Downer here, but too much weird shit's fucking going on. And embrace your friends, embrace your family, because unfortunately I found out a long time ago no one's promised tomorrow. And again, that's our show for today. Again, I thank you, and we will keep on going. So stay safe.